Hi everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. Today we will be doing a 6-year ownership review of my 2019 Audi A4. So we are going to talk about ownership costs, the varying ownership costs. It could be different between person to person. I'll give you my experience on how it's been like. I'm also going to talk about the 5 things I really love about this car, but the 5 things I kind of dislike. I'm also going to talk a little bit about the engine and its performance and fuel economy, because that is an extremely important feature in this vehicle. I do think it's actually one of its best features. So let's kick things right off and let's talk about the 5 things I really like about this vehicle. So let's start with the first thing I really like about this car, and that is the fit and finish and the quality of the materials. Don't forget, the B9 A4 was launched in 2017. We are currently in 2025, and 2025 is the last year they ever produced. So this has had a quite long and significant production run, which the inside has kind of remained the same throughout the years. And it's a testament to show how, in my mind, I've always believed that Audi's minimalistic and simplistic design has always made their vehicles age kind of like fine wine, and this is no exception. And now the second part that we're going to talk about is the technology and features. You got to take note that this is the entry-level A4. This is the comfort trim. It came standard with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. One criticism that I had was that it wasn't wireless, but very simple. You can buy this little dongle right here for $69 off Amazon, and you just plug it into your USB port and you get wireless Apple CarPlay. One cool feature that always comes standard, again, is right here. There's a little camera that if you're driving under 70 kilometers an hour and a car in front of you has stopped, or you're not paying attention to the road, it's Audi presents the car will stop on its own. I've never had to use that feature. Let's hope I never do. But just knowing that it's there as that little safety touch, and I'm happy that in the price point that these vehicles are, this comes standard. The third thing I love about this car, it's really its ride comfort and handling. This being the comfort model, and go figure. So it's not equipped with the S line. It means that I have slightly higher raised suspensions, a little bit softer springs on it. It's really nice. You barely feel the holes. The car doesn't shake too much, and given that, it still handles surprisingly well. So a big plus on the comfort levels of this A4, which still 80,000 kilometers later feels the same as it did the day I bought it in 2019. So the number 4 thing I love the most about this car, it's its engine. I love this 2-liter inline 4 TFSI. It is just such a smooth engine. I can't even describe to you the smoothness in it. And it's not only that, it's also the way it performs. This thing is a little rocket. You wouldn't expect it from a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, but this thing moves. And it's not just about the performance, as well as the fuel economy is also like mind-blowing considering for what you get. I'm averaging between highway and city, so I do a little bit of both highway and city, and I'm averaging about 8.5 liters per 100 kilometers. And then the 5th thing I love the most about this generation of Audi, it's really its timeless exterior design. I personally think the B9 is one of the best looking A4s. The 9.5 that came out in 2020, I'm not a huge fan of it. I really think this is kind of the best looking one of them all. And specifically in 2019, the only year where on the B9 they gave you the trapezoid exhausts in the back, as well as the S4 front bumper as standard. For me, that was what made the A4 the prettiest. And now let's talk about the 5 things I dislike. We're gonna go quickly on that one. They're not as bad as you guys think, but let's start with the rear seat comfort. I have had a couple of friends in the back, and we went on a 3.5-hour drive. Let's just say after that, they weren't very keen or very happy to go back in it. But at least you get your own climate control in the back, so this is a 3-zone climate system in a way. But that doesn't change the fact that the back seats are not comfortable. Number 2 is the stock sound system. I hate it. I can't even describe to you how much I hate it. I think it sounds like a tin can. There's no bass. You cannot get any bass out of it, even though it does come with a subwoofer equipped in it. There's just no bass. I'm really not happy with the stock sound system that is equipped in there, and I was looking to upgrade, but the problem is, in order to upgrade this, you have to spend thousands of dollars, because the MMI, the amplifier is integrated into the MMI, and you can probably add a subwoofer and that's about it. But if you want to really upgrade for higher end drivers in the front, you can't really do it. Which brings me to the number 3 thing that really I dislike so much, and it's the fact that they don't give you the chance to equip it with Bang & Olufsen unless you move up the trim line. So that's the thing with the comfort level. Except for a convenience package, you don't really get any other options. You can't equip it with S-Line and comfort, which is really annoying. And if you want to have, for example, a bigger screen or navigation, this and that, you can't. You have to go up a higher trim. So in the higher trim is significantly more expensive than the lower one. And the Bang & Olufsen only comes in the highest trim. So that's what's really annoying, is there's no way to equip it in the lower trim. So that's something I absolutely don't like. Number 4 thing that I'm not a fan of is the cost of ownership. So if you're going into this type of vehicle, expect to have high maintenance cost. But that's the thing. You have to absolutely maintain this vehicle for it to perform the way it does and to last as long as it lasts. And the number 5 thing that I dislike the most about this A4, it kind of goes against what I said of the things I do like. I mentioned that this car does come with a lot of nice features standard from the factory, but the thing I do dislike is that a lot of things that you'd expect to come don't. Blind spot monitoring does not come standard. So that for me is a little bit excessive, because that is a safety feature that should have been there. And there are other things like LED headlights that also don't come standard. This is HID. And again, going back to the Toyotas, even RAV4s come standard with LED headlights. So there's a lot of nice things that do come standard, but then there's a lot of things that should have came standard that don't come, that again, in order to get them equipped, you have to go up a trim. So that's the thing. Audi really makes you aware when you've cheaped out and you've gotten the lower trim. They kind of rub it in your face. So now let's move on to reliability, ownership costs. I'm going to give you guys a breakdown of what this car has cost me over the last 6 years, as well as any mechanical issues I've had or anything of the sort. I say let's fire it up. Let's go for a drive and let's talk about these things. Come on, let's go. All right, I think we can get straight into it and talk about the mechanical aspect of the vehicle as well as its reliability. And in the 6 years that I've owned this car, I have not had a single mechanical issue. So I mean, we were talking about engine performance, and like I said, this 4-cylinder packs a punch. Let's show you actually what a punch it packs. Let's step on it. It just goes, man. It just goes. Woo! So, but again, flooring it just really pulls you back. It just goes. The moment it changes gears, the fucking thing just goes. I know these cars are notorious for water pump failures, as well as the engine mounts giving out because they are filled with oil and they tend to start leaking. Water pump is made out of plastic, so that tends to start leaking. Once again, I haven't had a single issue with these very prone to failure components. Now, just because I haven't had any mechanical issues with the vehicle doesn't mean I haven't had any issues at all. One of the main issues that I have been having, and that's been since day one. It's been since the day I bought this car, and I've been saying it to Audi when it was under warranty that it's been an issue, and they kind of just brushed it off and said, no, it's not our fault. It's not the car, it's something else. I've had issues with Apple CarPlay. Basically, what would happen is, let's say my phone was connected to Apple CarPlay, and I would turn off the car, but wouldn't leave the car or exit the car and lock it for a predetermined amount of time. When I would turn the car back on without having left, the screen goes black. That problem persists When I told it to Audi, they said can't do anything about it, which really kind of pissed me off because the car was under warranty, but I've learned to live with it. And now going back to the final point, that is, I believe, what most of you would be here for, it's ownership cost. Let me break it down for you, what this car has cost me in the last 6 years. So in the first 4 years, I bought Audi Care. I think I paid $2,000 for it, Canadian, maybe less. I don't remember what I paid for it. Worth every penny, because it covered all my services for the first 4 years, and just oil changes for this car at the dealership cost well over $400. So I've had several oil changes done at the dealer at the beginning of its life, so Audi Care covered for it. But it just goes to show that the first 4 years were under Audi Care, so I can't really give you guys of how much it would have cost if I didn't have it. So let's round that up to $2,000, because that's how much my Audi Care cost. And now when I bought back the car in 2023, I was at about 60,000 kilometers. So I've done 20,000 in the last 2 years. So in the 2 years of ownership that I've had, this is where preventive maintenance really kicked in. So the first major one that I had to do was the DSG transmission servicing. That's supposed to be done every 60,000 kilometers. That service at a local shop cost me about $500 to do. After that was the routine oil changes that I do every 8,000 kilometers instead of the recommended 15. And each oil change on that end cost me about $200-300 because the oil itself is expensive. The rest of the stuff aren't so bad. I flushed out the brake fluids. I'm going to be due for that one very soon. Flushing out the brake fluid is about $150-200. Once again, what cost expensive isn't the time to do it, it's the oils. So let's compound everything, take into consideration the Audi Cares. So $2,000 for Audi Care. I've done probably 4 oil changes since I've owned it. So 4 times 200 is $800, so that's $2,800. Flush the brake once, another $200. We're at 3 now. DSG servicing at $500, so we're at $2,500. And let's say air filters, cabin air filters, and this and that. Let's make it really bad with everything. Let's make it at $3,000. $3,000 for the last 6 years is not bad. So that has been my 6-year ownership experience with my 2019 Audi A4. I really hope I have many more years to go with this car. I'm not planning on getting rid of it yet. I'm very happy with it. I just came back from a road trip with it yesterday. We did about 600 kilometers go, 600 kilometers come back. It was very comfortable. I didn't burn that much gas. It was quiet. The headlights were very illuminant at night. Like it was just a great car, and it is a great car. This is my road trip vehicle. This is my winter beater. This is my daily driver. This is my everyday car. You fold the seats down in the back and you'd be surprised by the stuff you can fit in there. You'd be surprised, honestly. This video is sort of my celebration for my 1,000 subscribers. I actually hit 1,000 subscribers early last week, so it's huge for me. I am about to get monetized, which I would never thought would happen, because this was a channel that I just do for fun, and to know that I might be getting paid to do this is insane. So thank you all who have been here since the beginning. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, bell notification, thumbs up, comment. You guys know what to do. This is Jordan signing off, and I'll see you guys soon with much more reviews, much more awesome cars, and I wish you all a fantastic day. Thanks, bye.